Okay, let's try that. I was doing it the other way, but the setting sun was getting right in the camera. Okay, so we are, yay, back again for the continuing the 9 components of ritual. We did purification of self, and we did not do purification of space. That's what we're doing here. Okay, so there's 2 different kinds of space purification, really. One is going to be if you're in an outside area, there's a little bit less that you have to do, because outside, Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, really takes care of her outside area as far as energies, negative energies. She grabs in and pulls in towards the earth, but we can still do somewhat of a clearing, cleansing of the space that we want to use for our circle. So we have our circle here. You don't have to cleanse. If you walk around this circle and feel like, you know what, it's pretty cleansed, I don't feel like it really needs to be a whole lot of cleansing, then that's okay, because it's outside. If you still want to do it, I do sometimes I don't, depending on timing, depending on if I feel like everything's all right. Sometimes I do, skip it. So what can we do outside? It's the same as purifying yourself. Purifying the space is about getting rid of any energies that are in the space that you're using, so that it kind of resets. Press the reset button on that space. So you want to clear it of all astral garbage, is what Scott Cunningham calls it. You can, and this can be for inside or out. So if you watched my herb video, which I'm not sure which one I'm going to upload first, it's taken me hours to finish that. I put together some sage, rosemary, and thyme into this bowl, and you can kind of walk around the edge of the circle here and just sprinkle some around the edges of the circle. Okay, that creates an energetic boundary. When you're thinking of it, or when you're sprinkling this, you are creating the intention of, I'm going to clean and cleanse this area of any energetic energies that were here before, to start it over again. We want to start with a clean slate. We can light sage. My lighter will work. We've all seen sage though, and this is not going to happen. So pretend we lit sage. We can sage cleanse all the way around the circle. Now, some witches will tell you you have to walk in, they call it deosil and anti-deosil or non-deosil, meaning clockwise and counterclockwise. Really? I don't think if you walk in the wrong direction, the gods and goddesses are going to go, oh, forget it. She walked around the circle counterclockwise. What an idiot. I just don't see that. Now, again, it is about energies. So if you feel like walking clockwise cleanses and pushes away more, walk clockwise. I think partially because I'm left-handed, I kind of feel things out of both hands. Like people talk about having a pushing away energy hand and a pulling in. So a receiving hand and a giving hand. I can do both. It depends on what I'm feeling at the moment, but I am ambidextrous with a lot of things. I write, eat. What else? I write, eat, and something else with my left hand. Write, eat. I don't know. And everything else I do with my right hand. I cut with my right hand. They didn't have left-handed scissors when I was a kid. I bat a ball with my right hand. I golf with my right hand. So I do a lot of stuff with my right hand, and I write and eat with my left hand. So that's part of it. If you feel energetically like one part of you, though, wants to push away, and one is the receiver, then do that too. Okay, so sage, that's another thing. So herbs, thyme, rosemary. Thyme, rosemary, sage, dragon's blood, copal, frankincense. I would recommend watching what you drop into the earth if you are doing it outside. Salt is a great cleanser, and salt is of the earth, but if you have grass and plants and moss and stuff, salt will sometimes kill some of that. So I tend to not use salt water and rock salt and stuff dropping it outside, because it will sometimes kill what you have growing out here. Now we have this kind of bank, and so if I need to get rid of energetically salt that is all done, I will dump it down the bank, because there's not much growing in a park down that bank, and I don't think there's anything that really lives there that would be hurt by it. So what else? So this is a besom. I was going to bring out more and I forgot. But this is the witch's broom. I have a lot of witch's brooms. You can get, I love after Christmas time, a lot of times at Goodwill, you can find the cinnamon brooms. Those make great besoms. Tie a ribbon around it for the color you're doing. Littler brooms can make great besoms. I have several. I have one for my working altar that I do all my herb work. This is my big witch's broom for outside ritual. And I do not sweep the floors with this one. For one thing, it's bamboo, and it would not be great for sweeping like dirt and stuff. But energetically, once I have kind of put some clearing stuff down, energetically, I want to push any remaining negative energies out of the circle. So how are you doing that? Again, visualization. You are visualizing tons of things. You can visualize sparks flowing from your hands into the besom handle and down through the end of the besom, and out it goes, and it's pushing all that negative energy out with it. You can visualize blue energy. Sometimes people see blue as clearing, or green. Green to me is healing, but blue or green or red, or however you want. Visualize some kind of energetic wave pushing out from your besom and pushing that negative energy out. So as you're doing that, you're walking around the edges of your circle and pushing out any remaining energies that you don't want in here. Okay? Inside or outside, you can do that. Inside or outside, you can spread herbs, salt, sage. You can cleanse with sage. You can use besom inside or out. Drums, we talked about energetically for yourself. Drums, same thing for your circle. Use that drumming and allow the vibrations from the drum to clear the center of your circle until you get to the edge. Ooh, there's a mess of ants down here. I'm gonna have to put vinegar water because they don't like it, but it doesn't kill them, so they move. Anyways, so musical instruments, chanting. You can look up like Buddhist chants or just Om, that vibrational energy from your throat. You can push that negative energy out. Burn an herb. So we talked about lighting the sage. Outdoors, so you can do all this, but watch out for the salt because it could be harmful to your plants. So this was a short one. Yay! So do I want to start the second one? Probably not. I probably am going to wait till tomorrow after work to, because the third one will be creating sacred space. And that is where we're actually now going to start filling it. We are clean, the space is clean. Visually, we have made this like a black hole of energy. There should not be a whole lot of energy, positive or negative, flowing in this space. So once that's done, what do we want to do? We want to start creating the sacred space. We're going to bring the altar in. We're going to set up the altar. Everything is set up. Do we have all the tools we need inside the circle here? And then start calling quarters and calling the gods and goddesses. So that's how we are creating that sacred space, inviting gods and goddesses, guardians and energies in to work with us and the elements. And so that's kind of the beginning of the actual ritual part. Although we talk about as soon as we start thinking about doing ritual, it's already begun. So yay! That was a nice short one. I love it. I am uploading an herb video today. It just took forever, literally hours for me to figure out the editor. But I kind of got it now, so I might be okay, guys. We'll see. Blessings.